Let me just start by saying you've raised a terrific son. You should be very proud, truly proud. Oh. This is a special day, an opportunity to celebrate the career of not only one of the best players in the history of this franchise, but one of the best players to ever play the game, period. His dominance at the cornerback position is legendary. Forget giving up the catch. We were all shocked when quarterbacks would dare to attempt to pass in his direction. Regardless of the weather, regardless of the time of day, regardless of whether it was practice or a game, when Darrelle was on the field, this is what we will always remember. Darrelle standing over the football, waiting for the offense to break the huddle, then following the best receivers the game had to offer so that they could take their rightful place on his island. In 11 seasons, he earned 7 Pro Bowl selections and was first-team All-Pro 4 times. Fans everywhere were blessed to watch Darrelle perform on Sunday. However, I was one of those privileged enough to catch a glimpse and understand how he prepared during the week. His maniacal film study and the attention to detail, his preparation that allowed him to be a step ahead of the offense, his dedication and single-minded focus that did not differentiate between practices or games. Even as he became one of the game's brightest stars, he remained grounded, humble, and approachable. Darrelle, it was one of the greatest joys to watch you play football. Congratulations. I'd like to formally welcome you to our Legends community. And we've got...
So many emotions, so many, mixed feelings here. I would like to thank my mother, for being here and always being a big support system in my life. We've been through a lot. I see you crying now, tears of joy, but it's been amazing. I've my work ethic, my study habits, I feel, propel me to, strive to be, one of the greatest. And, it took a lot of work, week in and week out, to prepare and, play at the highest level. And, covering some of the toughest receivers, in the world. And, I got to thank a ton of people, this organization. I have to thank this organization. I have to thank the coaching staff. I have to thank my teammates. This is, although, I am officially retiring today, they play a big role in this as well. So, I'm just, overwhelmed. I'm excited. about what's happening, but you know, I have to thank all of them as well, you know, for this special day. So thank you so much, guys. You know, Brick is here, and I know a number of other guys will be here as well. But thank you guys. Thank the organization. You know, for this ride. This journey was great. I enjoyed every bit of it. I've put my heart and soul into wearing the green and white. And Mr. Johnson, your family has been amazing to my family as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
We're just going to start question and answer period now. If you have a question, just raise your hand with your microphone over there.
Hey, Darrelle. Why now? Why did you decide to retire now?
I feel, you know, I accomplished a lot in my career, and you know, the assignments that I had to, you know, face during my career is, you know, it takes a lot of toll on your body, you know, week in and week out. You know, every day my purpose, you know, was not to just be the best in my position, but be the best player on the field. And you know, that was my motivation. You know, I came out to practice. I tried to set a tone. Game day, I tried to set a tone. You know, Chris just mentioned that I would stand over top of the ball. You know, after teams break the huddle. So I just tried to be dialed in as much as I can. You know, to accomplish, you know, my assignment during that time.
Darrelle, you obviously never asked to be traded, and you had success elsewhere. But looking back, would you have wanted to play your entire career with the Jets? Yeah,
I would have loved to, you know, play my whole career here and you know, wear the green and white until I actually retired. So you know, things happen. You know, things happen. There's you know, team acquisitions coming in, a different direction the team maybe want to go. So, you know, you know, it happens. You know, it really does, and that's how I can kind of sum that up. It happens. You know.
Darrelle, is there a specific moment from your time with the Jets that stands out above others?
Well, one, I would say, you know, the Jets. You know, they had the 24th pick in 2007, so just even jumping up 10 slots. At the 14th pick to draft me was pretty awesome. You know, they could have chose anybody. They already had a pick at the 24th pick, so that was amazing. You know, it was a dream come true for me. You know, for a team to you know, bump up 10 slots and actually you know, put all their marbles in one bag. You know, it's just amazing to be a part of. You know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does it mean for you to come full circle? You know, you started here, you're a young pup coming out of Pittsburgh, and now you're going to finish as a Jet.
You know what? It's a lot. You know, where I'm from in you know, Pittsburgh, it's a lot of greats. You know, Joe Namath is from Beaver Falls, which is a rival of my high school as well. So, you know, you have the Dan Marinos, you have the Ty Laws, such great football players that come from that area. So, as you're growing up, you actually, you know, hear these names, you know, throughout your childhood and as you're growing up. So, I took a liking, you know, to play football, and you know, coming from that area, you know, high school football is pretty awesome. So. You know, for me, you know, I just tried to, the opportunities that I had, I just tried to make the best of them. You know, I remember at Pitt, coming in as a freshman, I was a scout team running back. So, when I got the opportunity actually to play the corner position, I took full advantage of it. And I think what broke down the barriers and got me through was just my study habits, just breaking down the game as much as I could to best put me in positions to make plays, and that's what I kind of did to try to shot put me above the rest of the pack.
Congratulations, Darrelle. It was highlighted in the film, and you even posted it, Long Live Revis Island. So now that your career has come to a close at this point, what does that legacy mean to you now that you look back, that you sort of left this with the NFL, especially for a press corner?
It's amazing. During your career, I say you're looking inside out. So you're working as much as you can to win games. You have team goals you're trying to accomplish, and you're focused on what you have to do. As a player, as I look at it now, as I take some time to really assess what I've done and what really happened, it's amazing. It's amazing. You leave a legacy behind that players can follow, they can mimic, they can study. Your film study as well. I mean, as a kid, I've studied tons of guys, Darrell Greens, the Deion Sanders, the Ty Laws of the world. So, the next wave is coming, and during my tenure here, I try to do the best I could with my opportunities.
Darrelle, you've got obviously got varied interest. Do you plan on staying in and around the game, or are you going to kind of go in a different direction as far as what lies ahead for you?
Yes, I think I will stay around the game. It's a love, it's a passion for me. I'm surely going to miss it, but I think me staying around the game and being involved, coming back up here to see practices and being around everybody here, I think I definitely will stay involved.
Is coaching a possibility?
I'm sorry?
Is coaching a possibility?
Could be. It could be. I have to weigh my options, and Todd haven't vouched that yet, but we'll see. We'll see with my options. I'll weigh my options and see.
Darrelle, the list of receivers is an accomplished group who visited Revis Island without much success. Now that you're saying goodbye to the game as a player officially, who was the toughest cover?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of the question.
A lot of receivers,
Yes.
big names, visited Revis Island and didn't have much success. Now that you're retiring, who was the toughest cover for you?
I'd probably say Randy Moss. It's probably the toughest cover for me. Size, speed, intelligence. Him being a player is amazing, and when you align him with one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever probably played the game, it's even tougher. I call it playing against those two guys, those two players, is probably a 2-on-1 fast break in basketball. So you either have to hedge the guy who's dribbling the ball, or you can actually fall back and actually let him score the basket. But you had to study both. You had to study both players and figure out their tendencies and figure out what their strengths are and their weaknesses are. And tough battles, challenging. But I feel like I said earlier in my speech, the coaching staff and my teammates, and I think they help. They really helped as much as we can, because our main goal was to win games.
Darrelle, was there any regret that you had here whether it was the way something went, I know the two AFC Championship games, which fell a little short. Like, is there anything from your time here that if you could go back and redo, you would change?
You know what? I would like to have those two AFC Championship games back. Those still run through my mind to this day, and probably will for a lifetime of you know, some of the mistakes maybe, especially after you go watch the film. You know, you kind of put it on yourself of what could I have done better, and I think we all felt that way. You know, as a team, as an organization at that time. I mean, we were so close, you know, to being in the Super Bowls back-to-back years. You know, those were always played back, but we had two awesome, great teams during those two seasons, and we tried to make the best of it. Those were accomplishments making it to the AFC Championship game, but we felt that we had the right pieces to win the Super Bowls those 2 years.